I don't know where to put this. Not going to hang it on my neck. Any idea, any suggestion? Huh? Yeah. अच्छा ऐसा फंसा है but I don't know whether sound will properly come. Okay, so now I put my microphone to the chair. Okay, so now this sounds good. अरे यार I can't hear the surrounding sound now. Keep it here. Okay, so now test the sound. Again, not working. So better remove this. चलो रहेंगे तो. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah. So in the last session, we have created this kind of web page, right? So where we have to create a box like this. And after that, we just have to put any text. So the text I use here, Vishal Pizza Shop, and there's one paragraph. This is our H1 tag, and this is our P tag, right? And after that, we add some margin, we add some padding, right? Okay, so can we do this? Can we build this again? Because this contains few concepts, which is very, very important, right? For example, let's say you might have seen that on your navigation bar, let's say nav bar, something we have home, about us, we have contacts, uh, services. Yes. After that, you will see we have this kind of navigation bar. If you go to the most of the website, right? So if you have a knowledge of building this kind of box, then it will be easy for you, right? Yeah. So for that reason, we will build the same application one more time, right? And what kind of background we have used here? Linear gradient. Yes. So background we use here linear gradient, right? Okay, so let's start again. So I'm coming to my VS Code. So let's open this one. So here I'm creating one file here. Let's say I'm giving the name mini project 2. Mini 2, let's say mini underscore mini project 2 dot HTML. Right? Okay. So the first thing what we do, we just write up the first HTML code, right? If our agenda is to build this kind of website, first we write our HTML code. And we know that in HTML code, we just have to use the H1 tag and the P tag, right? And we will put it into one section, or we will put it into one div tag using div tag, section tag, anything like whatever you want, right? Okay. So let us quickly write it. So first we will say doc type, and here we'll say HTML. After that, we say HTML, we open and close it. We know that inside this, we have to create two more things. We have to create a head and we have to create a body, right? So this we always do, right? Okay. After that, let's put a nice title here. So in the title, I'll say, let's say pizza shop. Pizza shop. Who's the example? Pizza. अच्छा और क्या खाना है पिज्जा का लाना बर्गर शॉप. Okay, come up with some interesting apart from pizza. Sweet shop. Let's say e-commerce. Fine. E-commerce. Let's say e-commerce shop. Fine. Okay. So after that, we have to create a heading and a paragraph. But where we put our heading and paragraph, either we'll use div or section or just use anything. Let's use a div, right? And after that, let's close and open and close the div. After that, let's use h1 tag and let's say Vishal e-commerce website. I'll use Vishal on. Okay, Vishal. Spelling is wrong. Commerce. Let's say e-commerce website. Okay. So now imagine this is a fashion website. So let's put some nice logo, fashion logo. Okay. Let's say dress. Okay, now it's looks good. Let's put some shirts. Okay, so Vishal e-commerce website. After that, let's add a paragraph and what I will write. Simply, welcome to Vishal e-commerce website. Here you will find a variety of clothing item, including okay, I'll remove this part. This is fine, right? We'll take on that much. Now let's see how our web page is looking. Just open with live server. Okay. It is looking like this. If I zoom out, right? Okay, so our next agenda is to create a box here. That's it. Right? For creating a box, we will use our CSS styling. Yes, we'll use the CSS. Okay, but from where we will start? We already did this. From which part we will start? This is your website. Just guess. What is the start? What should be the starting point? Can I say aligning both the text on the center? Yes. Yes, we will go step by step. First, we will align all the text in the center. So this is our H1 and this is a paragraph, right? Okay. But if you see here, so both the things I have put into the div. So I can simply use the div and put the text alignment center. Yes. So yeah, and into our VS Code, let's give a class name here. So class. So I'm saying, let's say box. Simple. Oh, this is equal to. Simply I said class equal to box, right? If you check, there will be no difference. After that, what we'll do, we'll come to the head and we'll say style. And after that, okay, I just want some feedback from you. If some suggestion is coming, is it disturbing? Sometimes it's disturbing, right? Because one day I was watching the recordings and I observed that while typing, some suggestion is coming and I'm just deleting the suggestions and then writing my own code. Okay, I was not able to get time to fix that suggestion. I'll try to fix it like multiple times, but still, okay, let me just take a 2 minute and just fix the suggestion. Because even I also feel that it's sometimes irritating. Uh, let's see. Let's check for suggestions. Okay, help me out if you find anything here. So control whether inline suggestion are announced by screen reader. Okay, after that, I put everything to untick and uh, control whether a suggestion is select when the wizard shows, and that suggestion is always selected well explicit invoke. Control space. So function. When enable intelligent range, so suggestion. So I can control how suggestion as pre-selected when showing the list. Let's make it disable also. And so VS Code inline suggestion disable. Okay, I hope I will not get any suggestion now. Just disable everything. Don't give me suggestion now. Okay, so I have removed the suggestion. I hope I'll not get it now. Okay, so next, what we will do? What is the next thing we have to do? We have to do the text alignment to the center. This is my output. This is my output. This is my output. We have to put it on the center. So now let's come to the VS Code here and just, so what we will write? Box. But before that, we have to say dot box. Okay. And now, okay, now it's fine. Now I'm not getting suggestion. That's great. I mean, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's too much hectic. So for teaching, don't use any suggestion. Got it. Okay. So now, so what property we will use? Text underscore align, and after that we'll make it center. This is text align center, right? Let's check our output. Okay, fine. It's came to center. That is what we want, right? Okay, after that, next what we want? A background, right? We want some background. And we want to apply background only to this section. Only to this section, not to entire body, right? So just understand this part. Let's say this is the entire body. Here is this entire body. In this entire body, we have created one div. This is my div. And this, and I have given the name box, right? We have to put background to only this div, not to the entire body, right? So what we will do here, let's come to the VS Code. What we will do, which property we'll use? Background, and the background, so we will choose linear gradient, right? See, this suggestion is like good, right? This is good, like, okay, we are getting some option to choose which one to, but the complete code is giving that, that's little disturbing. So let's choose this gradient, and after that, what are the parameters we have to? Let's put it to right, and next we have to put some coloring. So first, let's put any color. Was that, I think, F. Okay. So next, let's copy here. It's only. Okay. Now let's choose a dark blue. Okay. See our output. Perfect. Next, can I make our headline as well as this paragraph into white color? Huh? Right? Okay. So which property we will use here? Color property. And we can directly write the name, because white, we have a white, right? Test it out. Okay, why didn't it's appear? Achha, this is white, not white. Okay, now this looks good, right? Okay. So, what do you want to do next? So by looking at this, what do you want to do next? You feel like, okay, I need some spacing here. Let's take another. Some spacing I need. We'll use padding. Yes. Top as well as bottom. Right? Let's use the padding. So padding. And let's give 20 px. And let's observe how it is looking. Okay. 20 px, I think it's fine. Instead of 20, let's make it 15. This looks good, right? Or let's try with the 10. 10 is like, I like 10, right? So here, how many properties we have used? We use background, text alignment, color, and the padding. So we don't have like more than 20, 25, max 50 property we have. If you learn all these properties, it will be very easy for you to debug or fix any designing issue. we don't have like much, just 20, 25, max 30, right? And one more thing, though, few property you will not have in different tags. Few tags have a only few. I'll come to that part, right? Okay. After that, box takes this. Okay. Now let's come to what I can fix from here. What else I can fix? Can I fix this one? This spacing, right? I don't want this spacing here. Or let's say I want this curve, right? Do you remember what was the property to curve the edges? Yes. Yes. We'll use the radius. So I want radius for only this box, not for like entire body. So I'll say border, and we have a border radius, right? And after that, let's give border radius as 10 pixels. Let's find out how it's looks. It's looking good, right? Okay. So we done background, we put the color, we put the padding, we put the border radius, right? Uh, Next, let's put the width, right? Maximum width, how much width you want. So again, let's use another property, max width. And I'm putting 1000 px. What about 500 px? Okay, 500 px, let's make it 800. Okay, this is your 800. So the property we have used here, max width, right? It decrease your box, right? Even you can make this width as 90%. Just width, uh, and let's say 90%. Let's say instead of 90, what if you put 50%? Yeah, this also looks good, right? If we decrease our padding here, it will look awesome. So padding, let's make it 7. What about 5? Yeah, I like this design, right? Okay, so what else we can do? Uh, Coloring the width is done, text alignment is done, right? See, you can do one more thing. Let's say you want a shadow here. Let's say you want a shadow here, like this, right? So we can use something called box shadow property. We can use this. So let's use the box shadow. I'll say box. After that, I'll choose this shadow. Now it will ask for like 4 things. First, uh, parameter, let's pass it 0. After that, let's say what width you want. Let's say my box width, uh, left, bottom, right, and let's say 8 px. And after that, we have to put the color. So color, I want to put as gray. Okay, now let's check. See, it looks good, right? It looks like 3D. So now observe this. Currently, you will see we have a border here, and it is looking awesome. I'll just remove this one, right? How it came, let's comment and first comment this. So now see what's the design now versus What is the design now? Right? It is looking good. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So what is the next thing you want to do? What is the next thing you wanted to perform? I mean, with this, do you want to like put the entire thing on the center, this entire box, right? So basically, uh, so what I will do, I will go to body tag and I will say whatever content you have, just put everything, all the content in the center, right? Right? Okay. Uh, so we have few properties for alignment. First, we have, let me, first we have, let's say text alignment. After that, so we will not use text alignment, we will use align items, right? Because inside the body, you have different items. Let's say item one, nothing but let's say paragraph, headlines and all, right? We will put entire thing on the center. But again, this is not a good way of writing the code, putting the entire thing to the center. Well, slowly we will build this. Okay, now, but for now, let's create a body. Okay, now it's good. I'm not getting any kind of suggestion. That's, I think, because of the Copilot. So by default, the Copilot got installed on my VS Code. That's why we're getting so much suggestion. Now it's clean. Okay, so what we will do, we'll say align item, and we'll make it as center. Center, right? Now let's see the output. Align items didn't work. Okay, so okay, we have some more property. Let's comment it out. We'll see it later. We have something called justify contents. Yes, and this will make it center. Center. Let's see. Okay, again, this is, will the combination work? Okay, so we have one more. If this will not work, let's use the display. Let's say display. Let's make it as flex. What about now? Okay. Now, uncomment this. Okay, it's came here. We have to slightly increase the width, right? Because it is like compressing. So width will delete this width, or it's better I'm just commenting this width. Now let's observe. Okay, now we got it, right? So again, designing and come up with plan is like little bit hectic sometimes. Done. Okay, this is the code that I have used. This entire thing is your CSS. You want to note it down? Okay. Just take 2 minutes and just write all the code here. Yeah, I can also do one thing. I can record my voice with my mobile phone instead of laptop. Okay, so Okay, so I hope, yeah. So this voice is perfect. So I'm using my mobile voice. Okay, how about now? Give me 1 minute. I'll just speaker volume up. Okay, fine. I think everything is fine now. Now I can able to mute. Okay. So my voice is audible, and yeah, voice is also coming very clean. Okay, perfect. So testing is done. So let's continue our session. Done. Done. So we have a lot of like designing options. I think again, CSS will take this entire week. Uh, Next week, we'll start Bootstrap. And Bootstrap is like very. You just copy the code from somewhere and then just use it on your project. That's it. Are you guys are trying the code? Okay, take your time. Take your time. Just try out the code and just understand what the property you are using and why you are using and what's the output if you use this property. Right? So shall we continue? Yes. Okay. So now let's move to our next section. So, so in our next segment, we will learn about some CSS fonts, right? So all of you has using the font property which is called font family, right? All of you are using this, and I think you are using this default Arial, Sans, Serif, and after that, once once we once we understand this font family, after that we will see how we can change the font size. For that, we have a property called font size. This is a second property, right? So we will say, let's say 30 px, etc. Change the font size. And after that, we can also put some weight also. Let's say we will say font weight, right? Font weight is like uh, you can put something called 400, you can put 600, 800, right? What it will do, it will put some weight here. Let's say it will put something like bold, light bold, or very dark bold, etc. So three property we have learned here. Next property we will see only for the font. We have font style, right? Font style, we know that we have some italic, bold, right? and so on. So any confusion in this all CSS fonts? In CSS fonts, we are mainly using the four properties. What are the four properties? Font families, font size, font weight, and the font style, right? Write it down. Okay, so we have one more, which is called uh, text alignment. So all this comes from font only, right? We have one more called, we already have seen this, text align. So here you have some text alignment things, such as you can say, can you put entire thing on the left? Can you put entire thing on the right? Or can you just uh, put it from start? We'll see what is this left and what is the start. Can you put entire thing on end? Or we have one more thing which is called justify, right? And after that, what we justify do, it stretches the line so that each line has equal width. We will come to, we'll see uh, all these properties, right? And after that, we have one more, let's say, take this color. The, we have something called text decoration, I guess. Text decoration. Okay. So in the text decoration also, we will have something called, let's say you wanted to put underline, right? Or you wanted to put, let's say, overline. So let's say you are saying ABC and you wanted to put underline, right? You want to put overline. Let's say overline and ABC. Even you can choose strike through, let's say ABC, and you just strike through. And sometimes you also want, let's say, my text should be underlined as well as the overline, something like this, right? And also let's say sometimes you want your text like this, uh, zigzag, like a zigzag pattern. And sometimes let's say you want your text should be not a straight line, but some dotted, right? And yeah, we will see these all properties. So these all property comes under your uh, sub sub text or a fonts, right? These all properties for your text, right? Okay. You know one thing, if you know the structure of CSS, you will learn easily. You will not never forget, right? So see, I start writing like a structure. If you think about any text, so these all things, these all property you can think of, right? Okay. What other text property I missed? I wanted to write all the text property. What other text property we missed here? Font we have written, size also. Let's say weight also we have written. Weight style I'll come to that. Text alignment also we know that. Text decoration. What else we left? Okay, one more thing. Uh, so next, text transformation. Text transform, right? So how do you want the text? You want your text to be uppercase, or you want to text in the lowercase, or you want, let's say, capitalize, or let's say you want uh, nothing, let's say none, right? This also you can say. And there is two more things, right? So let's say you have written one paragraph, and in the paragraph, let's say you have written two paragraphs. Let's say this yellow is visible, yellow color. Okay. So let's say you have written two things. Let's say today is CSS day, right? And after that, uh, let's write awesome day. Awesome day. So, so two line you have written here. Next, have you ever used something called letter space? So for each letter, you want to give some space here, letter space, right? And you have also like line height. So you can give some height here. Let's say you want to increase the height in between these two sentences. So you can use a line height or a letter space. Let me write it. Everything here, all the property. We will see line space. It's a line height. After that, we will see letter space. Letter space. Okay. What else? Any another property of text that you require? I think that's more than enough. If you understand all this property of text, I think this is more than sufficient. Right? Okay, everyone has noted down this one. Okay. So now let's start with our first property. Let's start with our first font property. So what this font family property do? You can change the font of any text, any paragraphs, right? So let's start from here. First, come to VS Code, and I'm creating a new file here. I'll give text property .html. Right? Okay. After that, same dot type HTML, same. We say head. Okay. It feels so good when I'm not getting any suggestion. Okay. So after that, let's give some title. Without author title also you can do it. Use this title, and let's say text property. Text property. Okay. So we have given nice headings. Next, let's write here some paragraphs. Can I use same paragraph? Vishal e-commerce, or I'll use. Okay, so I put copy the H1 and P tag here. I'm just pasting. Fine. So now let's see the output. We have to run it also. Got it? So the first thing, what we will see, how to change the font, right? First, let's change the font of this headline. So again, where we will write our CSS code in the head, I'll say style, and So what tag I will use here? H1 tag. And the which property will use? Font family. See, we have like so many fonts property, right? All property you can try and test. But here we are using here font family. And if you see here again, we are getting a lot of suggestion. That's actually good. This kind of suggestion I like it. If it give entire code, then irritating. Yeah, right. Okay. So let us choose this Times New Roman and oh no. Now give me suggestion. Right, correct. Let's use this with that Times New Roman, right? Okay. Now let's see. I think by default it was Times New Roman only. Okay. So let's choose some another font family. Uh, what about Franklin? Okay, let's see. Okay, this is looks good. Right? Now you will ask, but why are we putting the family of a font? What is the point? We, if you observe here, we have given multiple fonts here. What is the point of putting multiple fonts? This is your first font, second, third, fourth, and the fifth. 5 fonts we have given. Now the reason for putting the 5 font here, because let's say uh, your browser don't have this font, right? Right. If your browser don't have this font, by default it will go to this font, right? Let's say your browser don't have this font also, then it will move to the next font. Let's say your browser, right, didn't have this font also. Again, it will come to the next, right? Like this way, it will check, right? For first priority, it will give to this font. That's why we are saying font family, and we are providing multiple fonts here, right? So, so basically, that's called a fallback to default font on your system, right? Just try this code, or I think you already using this, right? Uh, now next, let's change the font for your paragraph also. Let's change it. So again, I'll open this p tag and again same property I'll use font. Let's choose this font family. After that, let's use this one. See the observe the output. Looking good, right? Both the fonts. Okay. Okay. So this was first the font family, and I have deleted whatever I've written. What was the second? Font. Next, we want font size. So let's change here only. So I'll use a property called font size. And here you will get a bunch of uh, names, right? It will say large, larger, medium, small, extra large, right? You can choose these options. Let's say you choose the large. Let's see again. Let's see what other say larger. And let's see what other option we have. Let's choose XX larger. See, one thing I'm 100% agree with you, you will not remember all the properties, all their different values, right? That's what the VS Code concept. If you remember that there is a font size, something property for font size, and if it will give you some suggestion, you will get a good idea. Okay, I can use this. I can use this one, right? Okay, now let's see. Okay, it's look good. Let's say you want even bigger font size. Now you will see here we have put something called XX large, right? But again, I want some bigger font. Now, what I will do here, I will put some pixels here. So let's come to the VS Code. So one option is that you can put the name like this. Another option, you can put something called, let's say, 40 px, right? You put the 40 pixels. Let's see the output. Yes, you can even put, let's say, 60, right? Let's put 30. Okay, happy with this font size, right? For paragraph also, again, let's use a font size, and here let's give extra large. Some nice spacing. So the output, no, 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 output only large. Okay, that looks good, right? Okay, so this is the code. Okay, so what was the third property? Font weight. Yes. So let's add here font weight, right? Now, what this font weight will do, it will like add the you can say intensity of your boldness, how bold you want. First, you have something called bold, right? Let's observe this. So first, I'm just applying for H1. Let's observe this. This is the bold, right? So you can also reduce some boldness from here. So let's put first 200. See, you just reduce the boldness from here. You can even make it, let's say, 300. Let's do one thing. I'm just bringing this side by side so that the comparison will be much easier for you. Uh, okay, now let's see. This. Oh, no, 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 no. Huh, that's one. Stay. Okay, got it. Okay, so here, font weight. Let's say I'm putting something called 100. See, I'm just putting, let's say, 50. So you can increase the boldness of your fonts, right? Let's put 500 here. Got it? Okay. So after that, um, font weight. What was that next? Okay, I'll put it here in paragraph also. That's a font weight. And here also, let's put, uh, let's say 300. I just want to put, let's say 100. Why this is not changing? Say, what about 50? Is there any mistake I'm doing here? Why this is not changing? Huh? Huh? Oh, yes, yes. But without px also, no, we don't require a px. Basically, giving the value. What about 5? But it is changing for your headlines. So there is a chances that paragraph don't support this font weight, but it should support the font weight. Make it bold. Okay, now it's become bold, right? Now it's become bold. So what if you're putting just 50? Or let's say you put 800. Yeah, it is changing. Yes, it's changing. Okay, so after this, what's the next? Styling, right? So styling is nothing but, let's say you want to do the bold, you want to make it underline, you want to do the italic. This is the style, right? So font style, let's choose this style. And after that, see, you have a bunch of options. You can make it italic, or you want to make it normal, or uh, like oblique. What is this oblique? It's somewhat italic. Okay. Now let's see what other options we have. Uh, okay, what this will do? It's okay. Without space also it will work. Okay, leave it. Let's test it out. Some another inherit. We can unset variable. Let's make it italic. Or here let's take a normal and make italic for paragraphs. It will look good. Say font size. No. What we are using? Font style. Yes. Font style. And let's make it italic. Now let's. And also I want to reduce the weight. That's a 100. Yeah, perfect. I like this design. Yeah. Okay. So after that, what's the next? Text align. So basically, we know that text align, you can put the text on the left, right, start, and you can do the center. So next, uh, for text alignment, I have to increase the this. I have to put the complete window. Okay. Let's see text align, and first we will say center. But before putting the center, let's see, it is moving towards the left side. Let's make it to the center. There is center. H1 came to center, right? Let's do the same thing for our paragraph. Let's say text align, and again I'll make it as center. It came to center, right? Next, let's see the left, right, start, and at last we'll see the justify, right? So let's say I'm making here left. It will go left side. I'm making here right. It will go to right side. After that, I wanted to put it as start. Again, it's go. Uh, basically, it will go left to right. Okay, fine. After that, you can say something called and put right side. So you will write from right to left. Okay. Next, which is called justify. Justify. Now, justify is like you will see this justify a lot of the time. So, uh, so justify basically stretches the line. Okay. So let's do one thing. Uh, Here also, let's say text align and let's say justify, right? Okay. Now let's do one thing. Currently, you are not able to observe what is happening exactly here, right? Let's put these two code into one div. After that, for div, we will put the justify. Let's say I'm putting div, and let's give any class name. Uh, let's say font. After that, okay. So next here, the text alignment, I'm removing from here. So next, I will use something called dot font. Let's say text align, and let's use this get part. Okay. I'll show you this justify tomorrow, right? So basically, I'll tell you what happened. Have you have you read any like newspaper? If you see on the newspaper, right? We know that we have multiple sections. In newspaper, let's say there is one news about a cricket. There is some news about, let's say, movies. There is some another uh, content. There is some news about politics. If you observe closely, some of the text you will see it's stressed out, right? To put it in complete one line. This is what the justify do. Tomorrow I'll show you these options, right? As of now, just learn this. We have text alignment, left, right, justify, start, and the end. Right? Okay. So after that, uh, after justify, what we have? I mean, that text style of what we have, text decoration. Yes. So again, I'm deleting. I'm making my same code. I'm placing all the things together. This also, div also, I'm deleting from here. Text alignment. Make it center. Okay. So this is my output, right? Okay. Now we'll see text decoration. So, we discuss some text decoration like underline, overline. We have strike through. We have plus underline plus overline. Okay. Now let's see. Uh, so basically, where you usually put this underline about Okay, I thought you're showing me something. Okay, so where we usually put this underline in the links, right? If you see here, uh, let's say there is one text, visit Google, right? And you put one underline. It shows that it's a clickable, right? This is the main thing of uh, main role of this underline mainly, right? It shows okay, this is clickable, right? Okay, so that comes into text decoration. So for text decoration, again we have a same thing like text decoration, and we have different see values. First, we will see, let's say, underline. Now let's observe this output. Second left side. So we got underline here, right? Let's uh, you can even apply it for the paragraph. Let's put this underline. Perfect. Okay. So next, after underline, you can also perform some overline. Instead of underline, let's say, see the previous output. After writing overline, let's observe the output. See, above the text, you are getting a line, right? After that, we have uh, something called line through. Let's see some options. We have a line through. Let's select this one. See what it did? It's it did the strike through, right? Okay. So after this, let's see another option. So we have something called also the overline and underline. Uh, and there's a bunch of like this decorator. Ghost white. Okay, let's see what is this. Maybe if we change the background, then we will see some ghost. I don't know. Okay, let's change the background. How we change the background? So we change the background of like what? Body? Entire body, right? Background color. And uh, let's put from the name. What about the blue? Uh, not all. What else? We will- Okay, ghost white. Okay, maybe. It's just a white. They just given the name. Okay, fine. So the remaining thing you can figure it out, right? Test decorator. After that, let's say you want in some wavy line. So let's say uh, choose here wavy and there's no output. Why it's not changing? Let's put dotted. Why this is not coming for underline? Okay, underline. Getting say underline. Let's say I want underline plus dotted. Okay, you have to provide two things, right? First, we had said you put just underline. Also, I want a dotted, right? Okay, I was just providing the dotted. That's why we are getting. We can even say baby, right? So for that, we'll remove the baby. Yeah. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so this is all about your text decoration. So what's next? Text transform. So say text. Let's choose this text transform. So in the text transform, you have something called capitalize, right? Now what this capitalize will do, so let's say if you will simply give something called, let's say ABC. If you use the capitalize, it will say ABC like this. Let's say you have given small, uh, all in lowercase, Vishal, right? It will in first letter, it will make it capital and remaining all small, right? So let's say, so let's make some changes to text here. So here I'm saying in the lowercase. So let's transform it. I'm saying capitalize. Now let's observe the output. You get, right? If I comment it out, see lowercase, uncomment, capitalize, right? You can even do something called uppercase. Everything you see here uppercase, and you can even say a lowercase, right? Everything is your lowercase. Okay. So now let's observe what other value you have. You can also put the none. Okay, right? Okay. After that, let's take this. Okay, done. After that, what's the next? Line height. Okay. So can I say line height? Can apply this line height with this paragraph. Okay, line height, and let's choose first this. No changes. Now let's make it 2.5. See, right? If you reduce the, see, currently you are getting here complete single line. You're not able to observe the line height. As I reduce it, mouse, you can observe the line height, right? Let's decrease the line height. Uh, let's say 1.5, right? Okay. Uh, what else you can do after that? That is space. So let's say I want to give some spacing here in this Vishal e-commerce website. First, I'll comment this one. Okay, now it's fine. Now I wanted to give some space here. So increase the space in between, right? So I'll use something called uh, that was letter space. Yes. Again, you can give the normal. It will keep as it is. You can provide something called 2px. Now, right? Observe this. You got some spacing, right? Okay, instead of 2, let's provide a 5. More space, provide 10 px, more space, right? But normally we say it as normal, right? Now what happened? Uh, uh, being a in future you will become a web developer, right? And you have to see a lot of the code. So in that case, people might have used line space as a normal. People might have used uh, something called line space normal, text transformation as a none, right? So don't get confused. So they use it, but they make it as normal or none, right? Okay. So after that, anything else we left? Right? Yep. Okay. Uh, Next we have like CSS box model. But for that, for understanding that box model, you need a fresh mind, right? True, like box model is little logical. It's very simple, but it's a little logical. So box model will start tomorrow. Okay? But what I will do today? What second? Nothing. Let's find out. Do I have any uh, project with me? Yeah, say. Data. Acha, meta text. For meta text also you require text marking. Meta tag is even more logical. You will not get any output. If you put the meta tag, you will not get any output, right? So this I require a fresh mind for that. Okay, I'll give you one project. Let me check. Uh, So I'm looking for my picture. So we'll create one awesome thing. Uh, Give me just 2 minutes. I'm just finding out one nice picture. I'll add it to my project. And we'll see how we can build that. Okay, so next task is select one image of yours. We are going to create what happened my some card name. So we are going to create one awesome uh, web page. One minute. I'll use this image. Okay, now let's see the output here. Okay, so next we want to create this kind of thing, right? First, you see here we have a box, right? We have a box. There is one shadow you are getting, right? This side, this side, this side, right? After that, there is one image in the center. Next, this H1, it is in the center. Again, paragraph in the center. And we have something called a button, right? Currently, uh, it's a button, right? Now, can you create this kind of web page? Why I'm getting X here? Can someone tell me why I'm getting X here? Any idea? See, somewhere in the code, by mistake, I place X. Somewhere in the code. So let's figure out. Yes, want to do the inspect. Okay, so with the right click, view page source, and this is the entire page. So try to build this. At least build 50% of it. At least build 50% of it. Then at a circle. Okay. Uh, as of now, whatever you can do, just do it. Circle is like very simple. Then you want a circle. Do you remember we use border? Yes. If you make the border let's say 50%, will it cut down all the so we are saying circle equal to 10%, 20%. It cut down little each, right? Little corner side. If you make it as let's say 50%, it will make it a complete circle. Just try it out. Put the border circle 50%. So by the way, like Thursday, I'm coming to your college. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's another Aurora. There is one more branch, right? In the X Road, near X Road. Huh? I guess I don't know. Like there's so today I went there for a AWS workshop, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 day session. After that, Thursday, I'll come to your college. Then again, next Monday, I'll go there, same college. Huh? Border hyphen radius and make it 50%. Huh? 50%. Can we see now? Okay. So we have like 5 minutes. Let's say, are we able to finish or not? So this is so I'm creating a new file here. Let's say I'm creating a card.html. This is nothing just like this card, right? Card.html. So we know that simple HTML things we want. Let's come to our code. Okay. So what we have, this is our image. First thing, this is our H1 tag. This is a paragraph and this is a button, right? Input button. Simple, just simple thing, right? Let us first now these things will what we will use simple HTML, right? And later we will add some CSS for the style. First, let's build the HTML for that. So, so what? Border area. I'll show you. Doc type. Next, HTML, and in that HTML, I will start from body. Sorry, head. Let's close the head. Next, we'll say body, start, and then we'll close this. Okay, some Wi-Fi connection issue. Uh, Okay, here Manac Wi-Fi has closed.
Sir, shall we leave, sir? Can we leave?
Oh, it's coming to my hotspot. Okay, so I should- Okay, nobody is here for letting me in. Okay, leave it. Okay, so now how many selector you see here? Okay, let's show you that output one more time. How many selector we have? Just four selector, right? Okay. So now let's come to our code. So say body, and let's give a title for, let's say, profile. Okay. After that, we want one image, right? So what we will do,